Angelina, let's get started.
A very good evening to one and all gathered for this virtual launch of KK Balasubramanian Chair. Myself, I'm Angelina from Alumni and Corporate Relations Office, taking care of donor relations. I now request Professor Mahesh Panchagnula, Dean Alumni and Corporate Relations, to deliver the welcome address, please.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning to all of you. It's a delight and a pleasure to be here for the launch of the Professor K.K. Balasubramanian Chair Professorship. I did not personally have the fortune of having either been a student or having crossed paths with him, but from all accounts that I see, he's a remarkable man, and he's had a lasting influence on hundreds and thousands of students, as we see from the gathering today. Please indulge me to read a little bit of Professor K.K. Balasubramanian's biography. Professor Kalpattu Kuppuswamy Balasubramaniam, affectionately known to everyone as Professor KKB, is currently an adjunct faculty member in the chemistry department of IIT Madras and will be celebrating his 81st birthday tomorrow. Congratulations. Thank you very much, sir. This date coincides with the birthday of Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, former President of India, and a great teacher scholar himself, in whose honor we celebrate Teachers' Day every year. Professor KKB himself has been a legendary teacher of organic chemistry, as many of us know. Born in 1939 on September 5th, Professor KKB obtained his master's and Ph.D. degrees from the University of Madras. He did his post-doctoral research again at Madras University and Wayne State University in Detroit before returning to the University of Madras again. He joined IIT Madras as a lecturer and became a professor in 1991. His major areas of research include synthetic organic chemistry, heterocyclic chemistry, carbohydrate chemistry, medicinal chemistry, electro-organic chemistry, organic photochemistry, molecular rearrangements and process development for pharmaceutical industry APIs and intermediates. He is a fellow of the Indian National Science Academy and the Indian Academy of Sciences. He has received several honors and awards, including the Lifetime Achievement Award of the Chemical Research Society of India, the T.R. Govindachari Award for Research in Organic Chemistry, the Humboldt Fellowship for several years, to mention just a few. He has published extensively in all the fields above, with more than 180 publications in peer-reviewed national and international journals. There are very few faculty members in the chemistry departments of IIT Madras and even the other institutions in India who have had such an extensive collaboration with the pharmaceutical industry in India as Professor KKB has had. As we know, the pharma industry in India is a jewel crown of our industrial sectors, of many of the industrial sectors in India. He was a consultant as well as the executive director R&D for Shastun Chemicals for almost a decade. He was a consultant to several other pharma companies as well. Nearly 40 PhD scholars graduated under his mentorship. Many of them have gone on their own paths of glory with the recognition of their master teacher. Several of them are assembled here today. From all our experience of watching him closely and observing the way he teaches organic chemistry, we realize immediately that we are in front of one of the best teachers of organic chemistry in the world. He's also one of the most down-to-earth people who will treat every fresh student with the same level of dignity and respect that he treats his own peers. There are no hierarchies in his mind or even in his action. It is well nigh impossible to emulate his modesty, humility, and above all, the helping tendency to students in need of financial assistance as well. one of the most noble human beings we can ever get close to. The department as well as the institute are very happy and proud that students of Professor KKB have come together to establish this richly deserving endowment and the chairship in his name to further the cause of teaching and research in organic chemistry, one of the most fundamental sciences of life. We thank all the alumni who have come together and hope to have scholars adorn the award from the endowment in times to come. I particularly want to thank all of the people who have made this chair happen, all of Professor KKB students. Professor K.V. Reddy is here, Dr. K.V. Reddy and many others, Bhuvaneshwari and Dr. Bhagawathi and several others. The hundreds of donors have stepped up to make this cause happen. Thank you very much, and I look forward to the day.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you for that warm welcome and that long list of achievements of Professor. We take this opportunity to wish Professor K.K. Balasubramaniam advanced birthday wishes, whose birthday is on 5th September, Teachers' Day, that is tomorrow, and is very fortunate to have his birthday deciding his future. I think he's one among the fortunate ones.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You're most welcome, sir. I now invite Dr. S. Bhagawathi, student of Professor K.K. Balasubramanian, to give all of us an introduction about her professor.
Good evening to one and all present here. I'm greatly honored to be a part of this program and providing introduction of our dear professor on the occasion in the announcement of chair in his name. He is popularly known as Professor KKB, and I'm going to just say the more official form of the announcement of what Mahesh sir was saying. He is done his B.Sc from Loyola, Masters from University of Madras, and Ph.D. from University of Madras under the guidance of Professor B.S. Thyagarajan. He did his postdoctoral work in the University of Madras for a year, and he continued his postdoctoral work in Wayne State University, USA, in carbohydrate chemistry in the group of Professor C.L. Stevens. After a year and a half as a scientific pool officer in University of Madras, he joined IIT Madras in 1971 as a lecturer. So 1971 is a turning point in his both personal life and career. He got married in this year to Miss Chandralekha, who is a postgraduate degree holder in home science. His only son Murali is an alumnus of IIT Madras and a doctorate in mechanical engineering, who is now serving for NIST USA. During his career in IITM, he had held many positions like senior research fellowships, Humboldt Foundation, at the University of Brunswick, Karl Ruche, and University of Nancy. He has been a guest scientist in many institutions around USA, UK, Japan, and Germany. He is an elected member of Fellow National Academy of Sciences FNA and Fellow of the Indian Academy of Sciences Bangalore FASC. He has about 32 years of teaching experience and more than 5 decades of research experience. He has extensively worked in the area of aromatic Claisen rearrangement, both in the synthetic and mechanistic aspects. He, along with Professor C.S. Venkatachalam, discovered a number of interesting transformation in electroorganic chemistry and successfully used this tool for achieving selective transformation in multifunctional systems. He has more than 200 publications to his credits and still continues to publish. About 30 students obtain PhD degree under him, and 6 students are specialized in electroorganic chemistry in collaboration with Professor C.S. Venkatachalam. During his post-retirement career, he has guided about 7 scientists working in various pharma industry for their PhD degree registered in various institutions around Chennai. In 80s, he invested his expertise in building industry-academia relationship by doing industry consultancy in IIT when this was not common among institutes or universities that time. His research domain of carbohydrate chemistry created a significant impact by developing the chemistry of 2C-formyl glycals, which have emerged as versatile intermediates. He continued to serve as a research advisor in pharma industry like Sachin, Alphamines, Kauman Pharma, Amgen, Sanmar, and for more than 2 decades and is still continuing. Professor KKB was also associated with various educational institutes such as IIT Palakkad, IIT Tirupati, Central University of Karnataka, Sri Ramachandra Institute, VIT, SRM, and Crescent. He was awarded the INSA Senior Scientist Fellowship in the year 2000 and worked in the Department of Biotechnology until recently. He is collaborating with the Department of Chemical Engineering in the flow chemistry. And he has received various awards, as Mahesh was saying, and to select a few, he received 2 Lifetime Achievement Awards by the Chemical Research Society of India, CRSI, and Chennai Chemical Society. He has been a great teacher and an ardent researcher. He is one of the most sought after speakers by colleges and universities for motivating students to pursue research. Coincidentally and appropriately, our professor's birthday also falls on Teachers' Day, which is celebrated throughout India. So there is so much to talk about him, but due to time restriction, I have to conclude here. Sir, we all thank you for being a great teacher, mentor, and advisor. We have noticed, understood, and appreciate the sacrifices you have made to support science and research, which brought many laurels to all of us, your students. You have taught us to be bold and face any situations that we come across in life. We all feel proud to say that we are KKBians. We all wish you a very healthy, long and healthy and happy life. We wish you happy birthday.
Wife of this great legend is Mrs. Chandralekha Balasubramanian. We welcome you, ma'am. It was wonderful to see glimpses of professors serving coffee to you. I'm sure no ladies in this virtual meet would have missed that moment, which was captured so beautifully in that video. Our very best wishes, our heartfelt wishes to the loving couple
Thank you so much.
Professor's 80th birthday tomorrow.
Hello.
Thank you, Dr. Bhagawathi, for that wonderful introduction.
Thank you, ma'am.
Dr. Bhagawathi, we also thank you for all the hard work, because without which this program would have not been possible. Thank you so much.
Thank you. There's many behind it. Yeah.
To all of them, to your entire team. We will now have the video played with the messages to Professor K.K. Balasubramanian from various alumni and well-wishers of IIT Madras.
There is not much I can say about KKB in this short video clip, but spontaneously there are 3 memories that come to mind. The first one, KKB showed me the new building of Shasun and the laboratories, and he obviously was proud of it. And I could feel his connection with Shasun and with industry in general. The second remembrance clearly, a visit to KKB's home where he and his wife Chandra treated Ellen and me in a royal way. And finally, I will not forget the letters of recommendation KKB wrote to me. They were objective, as I could see later on, and at the same time kind. So this combination of sharp mind and a kind heart is, I should say, not too frequent, and perhaps the best compliment I can pay to him from this side, and in a short video clip. Thank you very much.
I am extremely happy to note that today the Department of Chemistry, IIT Madras and IIT Madras Alumni Association are jointly inaugurating Professor KKB Chair Professorship in the Department of Chemistry, IIT Madras on the occasion of his 80th birth anniversary. The generous support extended by his colleagues, students, industrialists and well-wishers to reach the target of 1 crore required to establish a chair professorship at IIT Madras is laudable. This clearly demonstrates the amount of respect all of them have for Professor KKB. The reputation of Professor KKB is unparalleled amongst the scientific community, and this honor of establishing a chair professorship in his name is only a small gesture in return for all his scientific contributions, mentorship, love and affection. I pray Almighty to give him a long and healthy life so that he keeps traveling in his scientific endeavors. I wish the function a grand success.
KKB symbolizes grit. During the difficult years with zero facilities, it's a miracle that he did science of quality. Ever since I came to IIT Madras, I saw in him a colleague with concern for everyone. What he had, he gladly shared with all. He was simple. I remember seeing him walking from the Velacheri gate with a bag in which a couple of drumsticks projected out. KKB cared for all. Professor Rehan Kutsopadu told me once that in KKB he met a colleague with passion for chemistry. I am immensely happy that we have now a chair named after this wonderful colleague.
Professor K.K. Balasubramaniam, fondly known as KKB all over the world, was born on 5th September, which is celebrated as Teachers' Day in India. He is not only a true teacher par excellence, but a very, very humble human being and an inspirer to all the people. We took his help in setting up our first research center in Velacheri, and today we have spread all over the world and we have research centers all over the world. Not only research centers, he inspired us to file patents, and today we have more than 100 patents to accredit. We are fortunate to have his guidance and guiding us into the field of pharmaceuticals. We wish KKB a very healthy, happy life on his 80th birthday, and we wish him a long and happy life. Thank you.
Hello Dr. KKB, this is Usha Rao, wishing you a very happy birthday. I just can't believe you turned 80, or it's been 40 years since I first stepped into your labs at IIT in 1980. My best wishes to you on your special day, and may God bless you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm K. Virupaksha Reddy, simply known as KV, and live in Chicago. Now I'm a telecom equipment maker. In December 1971, I chose to do my MSc thesis project with Professor K.K. Balasubramanian because he was very friendly with people. He always worked by the side of me in the lab and got his hands dirty instead of sitting in his office and reading papers. He had enabled the very high standard of living that I enjoy today. KKB is very professional in his research work, and at the same time he cares for the well-being of his students and keeps in contact with them. Over the past 45 years, we have always kept in contact with each other, and I am proud to have been one of his students.
Greetings. It's my great pleasure and honor to participate in Dr. KKB's 80th birthday celebration. I'm privileged and proud to have gone through my graduate training with Dr. KKB. Of the many hats he wore in his career as a teacher, researcher, and a pharmaceutical executive, I admire him for the lasting impact he had on each and every student he taught. I still vividly remember standing for hours together in front of the chalkboard in his office, pushing arrows for numerous reaction mechanisms while my friends were signing me up for late lunches and dinners. Thank you, Dr. KKB, for everything you taught me, and I wish you a wonderful happy birthday and many more to come.
Suren Gupta, a friend of Professor KKB, nicknamed Balu, since 1965, when we were doing research in Professor Stevens' lab at Wayne State University in Detroit, Michigan. Two of the most important things in my life have happened because of my friendship with KKB. I met my future wife Karen at a jewelry counter at Woolworth in Detroit during a shopping trip with Balu. Then in 1999, he recommended Dr. Janardhanam Selvasekaram to ARC. Janar was a 1993 graduate of the University of Madras. Janar has been the most productive and best chemist ever to work at ARC.
I am Dr. Ramachandran Radhakrishnan. My cousin Professor KKB is my inspirational guru, not only in chemistry, but also in the development of culinary skills and an aptitude for music. He helped me at every pivotal moment in my training. All textbooks of my B.Sc and M.Sc in Presidency College came from him with periodic quizzes. He helped to settle me in Dr. Stevens' lab for my Ph.D. and edited my research proposal for films at Wayne. It appears that he was setting the stage for my future career, spanning over 35 years in pharma, where after a postdoc with Dr. Hargobind Khurana, my research has resulted in 6 approved drugs, over 20 NCEs, and multiple publications and patents in oncology, vaccines, and therapeutics.
KKB has a science of humor. You all know about the climate of Madras. 10 minutes of hot and 2 minutes of water. Once my friend and I wanted to go to Marina Beach during summer holidays. Then they kept a house. Then KKB asked him, are you going to roast coke, grounded in the hot sun and the hot suns of Marina Beach? When
he's free, he likes to spend the time sitting in a dark room, silently listening to the music, watering the plants, and he prepares very good tea. Not only with ginger, he has his own powder, he adds it, that adds to the taste of the tea, and that powder is a secret recipe, so it tastes very good. But he is extremely absent-minded. Sometimes he even lights the matchbox to switch on the induction stove. And once he went to the bank, he gave the check to withdraw the money. He gave the check and went back home. He forgot to take the cash. That lady was kind enough to phone and tell him, and then he had to rush and collect the money.
Hello, happy birthday and congratulations on the establishment of chair professorship. We are also happy that the students and colleagues are able to get together and raise the funds to make this professorship happen. That too, especially during this time of pandemic that this has happened, is really remarkable. IIT has meant the world to Father, and so we are really happy that this endowment and professorship position has happened in IIT. He has been associated with IIT for almost 50 years, I think, and he's still in touch with everybody from his earliest students to the most recent students, and it is amazing how he has managed to stay in touch with all of them. Even when he comes here to US, he's always on the phone talking to them, and Neha even asks when Tata is going to put the phone down and talk to her. So we are really happy that all the students were able to raise the funds and make this endowment possible. Again, happy birthday and congratulations.
Happy birthday, Tata.
Happy birthday.
We now invite our alumnus, Dr. K. Virupaksha Reddy, who's also one of our distinguished alumnus and who completed his Masters in Chemistry from IIT Madras. And he's now residing with his family in the United States of America. I invite you to give your felicitations, sir.
Well, good evening, everybody, and good morning to others. It's my great honor to acknowledge Professor K.K. Balasubramanian. I live in, I go by K. Virupaksha Reddy in IIT Madras books, but I simply known as KV, and I live in Chicago, and I do is telecom equipment manufacturing. What you see in the background is the boxes that we sell, and that's what we do. And I was the first student of K.K. Balasubramanian for my master's thesis. I chose to work with him because he was a people's person. He was very friendly with the people. And since I was his first student, one big advantage I had was he worked side by side with me and showed how to do the synthetic organic chemistry. That we published 1 or 2 papers from that master's thesis. And then important thing he did was get me admission to a Ph.D. program in the United States. For me, that was a financial breakthrough. Even though when I came to US, I left organic chemistry and mostly became an electrical engineer. And the US system allows it. But the high standard of living that we enjoy today is due to Professor K.K. Balasubramanian. And one of the things unique about K.K. Balasubramanian is he keeps in touch with the students continuously. His son Murali says when he comes to America, all he does is on the phone with his former students. That's what he does, that's what Murali. All this keeping in touch is really due to his wife Chandra. I honestly say so because when I was selected for DAE, she knew before KKB that I was selected for DAE award. And so she invites the students to the house, serves them food, and I've been to their house so many times. I've only overlapped for 6 months. That was 48 years ago. But we always meet, and so she has to take better than half the credit for how this program success. And then what KKB realizes is his students' life has to be better than his, and so he makes sure that they get a job after they graduate and keeps in touch and motivates with him. So that's what really entices all his students to come together. And when we had in 2014 chemistry reunion, more of his students showed up to the chemistry reunion than any other ones because of Chandra and KKB keeping in touch with the students. And I am really thank you, Mahesh and Mangal Sundaram. You both did a great job recruiting the energetic Bhagawathi and Bhuvaneshwari and others to do the job. And Angelina and Sujata, thank you very much for coordinating. This is an important one. We have had lots of big donors come in and give it, but this is a collective one that is done, successfully done, and that is what is special about this. And I'm very happy that, and look forward to I wish you a happy birthday to KKB. And here is my wife. Of course, whenever we financially support IIT Madras, half of our money comes to, and we're really happy and we look forward to celebrating a 90th one. And Mahesh, very well done. Bhaskar, you really kept the institution #1 for 5 years in a row. It's really great pride for us to say we are from #1 engineering school in India. And we look forward to you visiting Chicago again. Okay, thank you very much. And let's go for the sake of time. I'll stop it here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Reddy.
This has motivated the other students to do some similar programs.
Kalai speak next.
Sir, Kalichelvan is not there, I think.
Okay.
So shall I go to the next?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Okay. So I now invite our director, Professor Bhaskar Ramamurthy, to announce the name of the chair occupant and share his valuable thoughts.
Thank you very much. So, is Professor Shankar Raman there with us?
I am here, sir.
Yeah. So, thank you. Let me, before I announce the person who's going to occupy this chair, let me first share my thoughts. So I also did not have, though I was a student here at the time when Professor KKB was at the height of his career, I did not have the good fortune to be taught by him. But subsequently, after I became director, I had a number of occasions to interact with him. fact, we were very, very lucky that after his stint in industry as a executive director, advisor, as a consultant for research in pharmaceutical industry, when he felt the itch again to just be with students, we were fortunate that we were able to get him back into IIT Madras. So he and another person from his time, Professor Subramaniam, they are our, you have green chemistry now, but we also have evergreen chemists. So they are our evergreen chemists. They are both, it doesn't matter to us what they are. In fact, I was quite pleasantly surprised to realize today that Professor KKB has crossed 80. It doesn't seem to matter at all. They look younger every year. And, both of them come to our campus and are active with students, which is really the best thing we can do, is make them available to students of so many generations and let them benefit from it. So right now, Professor KKB, comes and spends time in the biotechnology department, but he's available to students across the institute. So I have had many discussions with him on how to increase our engagement with the pharmaceutical industry. He's a wellspring of knowledge, not only of organic chemistry, which I'm sure, but I have not had conversations on that with him, but certainly, with regard to the pharmaceutical industry and the possible interaction with academia, he is really a mine of knowledge, and I have reached out to him whenever I wanted some advice, try to grow our linkages. So I'm very, very happy today. He's currently, as I said, he's the INSA scientist and he's located at IIT Madras. We're very proud that a chair in the chemistry department is now named after him. And I believe Professor Shankar Raman is the first occupant. Am I right? Am I right, Mahesh?
Yes, he is the first one.
Yes, sir, he's the first one.
So Professor Shankar Raman also has a strong engagement with the not pharmaceutical as such, I would say, but I suppose you can call it that. I've personally been in events that have launched products that were developed by him, particularly products that are very important for certain, maybe small number, but a number of people with rare diseases for which the required medication or was not available in the country. So he is therefore a very, very apt occupant for this chair as the first occupant. So I'd like to thank all the alumni, students of Professor KKB who have gotten together, including KV. KV is, of course, engaged with IIT Madras at multiple. As he said, he's now much more in my area, which is communications. His equipment are the leading edge for optical communication testing. So we have taken his advice and his support and his financial help on many things in that area as well. Nice to see him, go back and pitch in when it comes to his original subject of chemistry. So welcome KV and his spouse and all the other alumni whom I may not know personally, but it's really nice to see so many of you pitching in. As I agree with KV that it's very special when so many people join together to create this chair. It's a wonderful gift for Professor KKB on his 80th, crossing, his 81st birthday. And I wish, as I said, both he and Professor Subramanian, I don't know if he's joined us, but they are evergreen chemists. And every year they look younger, and we are happy for that. We hope to see them on campus benefiting a lot of students for many, many more years to come. And we wish Professor KKB in particular today and his wife a very long, happy, and contented life. We usually say this at our farewell function, which is at the age of 60 or 65, but it's nice to be able to say this again when somebody is crossing 80. Thank you very much. I once again express our gratitude to all the donors, and one of our happiest moments today in announcing this chair in the name of Professor KKB, who continues to be active with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Bhaskar. Very kind words to go in.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you for that, for your valuable insight. Thank you so much. I now invite Professor K. Mangalasundar to read the citation of the chair occupant.
Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, Professor.
Great. Professor S. Sankaraman is currently an institute chair professor in the Department of Chemistry since the year 2017. He obtained his bachelor's degree in chemistry from Madurai Kamaraj University and his master's degree also in chemistry from IIT Madras. He is a 1981 batch IITM alumni group. He belongs to that. He received his Ph.D. from the University of Victoria, British Columbia, Canada, and did his postdoctoral work in the University of Houston, the United States, before joining IIT Madras as visiting faculty in 1991. He was soon offered the assistant professor position and became professor in the year 2000. His research interests and expertise lie in the areas of synthetic and mechanistic organic chemistry, which overlaps greatly with Professor KKB's interests, organometallic chemistry, and photochemistry, which is also another area which overlaps with Professor KKB. Professor Sankaraman is among the most distinguished organic chemists in India and abroad, and has guided 19 PhD students for the award of their degrees, and has 4 students currently as a joint guide. In addition, more than 30 MSc students have done their project under his supervision. His research publications cover all forms of peer-reviewed publications, namely books, chapters and monographs, review articles, and journal publications. The book entitled Pericyclic Reactions, a textbook by him as the sole author, was also reviewed and with a very appreciative foreword by the Nobel laureate Professor Raoul Hoffman of Cornell University, a pioneer in the same area. It is a 5-star rated textbook from the Amazon site. Professor Sankaraman is a bronze medalist from the Chemical Research Society of India and is an elected fellow of the Indian Academy of Sciences, Bangalore, and the Indian National Science Academy. He has also coordinated numerous nationally and internationally funded research projects and is among the most sought after speakers and reviewers in organic chemistry in India today. One of the most scintillating aspects of Professor Sankaraman's commitment to research and teaching is his commitment to teaching the students with details in a painstaking manner. Also, he is someone who rarely misses a research or a student seminar, and only on the occasion of his being away from the institute. He is also among the best teachers that the institute has had for many years, with a teacher approved score, student approving them, with a student approved score for about 8.5 out of 10 for nearly all the courses he taught. This is despite the rigor and the level of teaching with a standard that few of us can emulate year after year for nearly 30 years. His contributions to the Institute administrative activities are also far and wide. He was the head of the Department of Chemistry for 2 years, head of the Sophisticated Analytics Instrument Facility in IIT Madras, and the chairman of the Central Glass Blowing section. He was also the chairman of the Joint Entrance Examination in the year 2008, and is currently the Chief Vigilance Officer part-time, which he accepted in 2013. There are very few in our institute and in India who have contributed so extensively and with a brilliance for all the 4 pillars of any university, namely academic research, teaching, administration, and bringing in research funds through external projects than Professor Sankaraman. Professor Sankaraman is married and has a daughter who is currently in teaching profession in the USA. The department is very happy to learn that he is the first and one of the most apt recipients of the chair position of the endowment created in the name of the department's other very distinguished organic chemist, Professor K.K. Balasubramanian. We wish him all the very best in the coming years. May God bless him and his family with many more years of achievement and a comfortable life together. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that, Professor. Thank you so much for that wonderful citation. We now request our director to give the memento to Professor K.K. Balasubramanian.
So, For KKB sir, I'm very, very happy to be able to give you this memento virtually. These are all new experiences. I'm sure there's never a dull day. Here is a virtual and memento to you. I hope the real one reaches you sometime very soon.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
This will be delivered to you personally, Professor, at the earliest.
Delivered at the earliest.
We also take this opportunity to wish and thank all the teachers gathered today in this virtual meet. Happy Teachers' Day.
There is also a message of Professor Shankar Raman. Rudra, can you share that?
Yes.
There it comes. Okay, Professor Shankar Raman. So, congratulations. I think it's really a nice thing to happen for you that your institute chair is named after Professor K.K. Balasubramanian. It's a wonderful chair to occupy. So, wishing you all the best.
Thank you very much, Professor Bhaskar.
Congrats, Shankar Raman.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
We'll request Professor Bhaskar to give them. Yeah, maybe we should request Professor Shankar Raman to say a few words and then.
Please.
Hello, everyone.
Share your thoughts and then I'll.
Hello, everyone. Good evening and good morning to those of you who are in the United States. I'm extremely happy and considerate and honored to accept the chair professorship created in the name of Professor K.K. Balasubramanian, a person I admire most among the academicians. I would like to thank IIT Madras for considering me for this chair professorship. I have known KKB since 1979. That is when I joined the 2-year MSc program at IIT Madras. He was a role model to those who aspired to become a teacher. I wanted to do my MSc project with him, but I was not the class topper at that time. So I missed the opportunity to work with him. His passion for teaching and research continues to inspire me even today. KKB is one of the reasons that I joined IIT Madras as a faculty. Let me recall an event that took place during 1990s. Initially, IIT Madras offered me a visiting faculty position, and I had no idea what that meant, visiting faculty. I was in a dilemma as to what to do. I had to join within the stipulated time or else I would have forfeited the offer of visiting faculty position. That is when I received a letter by post, not via email because email was never heard of in those days, from Professor KKB, a welcome letter to the chemistry department. I still preserve the letter. It was on a 1.5-page typewritten letter from Professor KKB's famous portable manual typewriter. The contents of the letter made me decide to come back to India for good. After joining the department as a faculty, Professor KKB never treated me as a student. He treated me as an equal, as a colleague. As soon as I joined, he transferred 2 of his freshly joined students to me and gave me lab space to start my work right away. One of the students has been conferred the Distinguished Alumnus Award of the Institute a few years back. It is important to note that whenever I meet KKB, we always discussed chemistry and not people. Professor KKB, I am very happy to wish you a happy birthday on this occasion and wish you a very long and healthy, active life. Thank you very much for creating the chair professorship in his name, all his students and the alumnus of IIT Madras. I'm happy to be the first occupant of the chair and thank you very much for the same. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Shankar Raman, for all your kind words. All the very best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Professor Shankar Raman. Thank you so much. Thank you for that humorous and enlightening speech. I now take great pleasure in inviting our senior-most professor, K.K. Balasubramanian, to this virtual meet.
Professor Bhaskar Ramurthy, Professor Mahesh, Mangal Sundar, Professor Shankar Raman, and staff of the Alumni Association, my beloved alumni, friends from academia and industries, my past and present students. I'm just speechless. I don't know what to say on this occasion. Let me say at the outset that this is a great honor. I am deeply touched by it, and I accept it with great humility. I should say I have been very blessed to serve IIT Madras for 30 years, which is an institute of eminence and which holds the top rank consecutively for the last 4 years. I've been very fortunate to come back to IIT Madras after 15 years after my retirement. Something doesn't happen to everyone. In 2015, I joined the Department of Biotechnology as Indian National Science Academy Senior Scientist in the Department of Biotechnology, and that gave me a chance to continue research. I was very comfortable in the department, and my stay was also very productive and satisfying for me. At the same time, it also enabled me to carry out collaborative research project with the chemical engineering faculty in the area of flow process. Now let me come to this chair. A year and a half ago, some of my students came to my house. They expressed a desire to establish chair my name on my 80th birthday, which was September 5th, 2019. And they also wanted to establish a chair in my name. I tried my best to discourage them, but they persisted. I had no alternative but to yield to their request. And that's why I'm today here talking about this chair. Let me say that I'm extremely glad that Professor Sankraman has been invited to adopt this chair. Okay? I have known him from student days, and he's one of the most sought-after teachers because I have traveled extensively on a lecture trip to various universities in India and abroad. I know the demand for Professor Sankaraman in every seminar, forum, or symposia, and so on. And his book on basic reaction, as Professor Mangal said, is extremely popular and widely prescribed. More importantly, his association with industries like BASF and his research collaboration with doctors in the medical field deserves very special mention. Very often said that students are ambassadors. In my case, any recognition that I got, any name and fame that came to me, is to a large extent due to my students who, after completing their PhDs and Post-Doctoral, scaled greater heights in their career, be it academic institutions or as scientists in pharma industries, in reputed pharma industries, I should say. And coming back to Dr. K.V. Reddy, okay, as he rightly said, he was my first student when I joined IIT Madras to carry out the project work. He came from a very rural interior village of Andhra, not very adept in communication in English. But I found him to be a student of exceptional talents and skill. We have even got a paper in a reputed journal from his project work. And he's also one of the most successful entrepreneurs to come out of the department. When I started my research career at IIT Madras, the facilities are not too much. So I had to depend upon a lot of help from my friends abroad and also some companies abroad. I've been very, very lucky to get that necessary help from all these people. Okay. And I also had very successful research collaborations with a lot of faculty in IIT Madras, and also from institutions outside Madras and within the country and also from abroad. These are also responsible for my research output in many ways, and there's also a part of the, I should say, contribution from them to get this name and name. On this occasion, okay, I must pay my respects to late Professor Swaminathan, former head of the Department of Organic Chemistry, University of Madras. He was my role model. He was a great inspirator. And he was my mentor, philosopher, and guide. and my associate with him spanned almost decades. Recently passed away, and he was in the selection committee for most of the faculty in our department the day I started my career at IIT Madras. I should also say it's the right occasion for me to publicly acknowledge my wife and my family for their understanding, support, and encouragement, and for putting up with me when I spent long hours with my students and research responsibilities. And also, I should acknowledge here all my brothers who stood by me in my endeavor to make a mark in my career, research teaching and research career. And today, all of you have said a lot about me. I should thank all of you for your kind words and comments showered on me. And I'm ever indebted to this August Institute and to the alumni, my well-wishers, present students and past students, colleagues, and friends from industry academia for all their kind words and for the contribution to creating the chair. Let me wish all of you all the very best. Have a great day and have a great future. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Professor. We sincerely thank you for the thoughts shared with us now. And we honor you for the significant values you profess us beyond academics, especially about the humanity. I now invite Dr. S. Bhuvaneshwari to end this program with the vote of thanks.
I am here, Bhuvaneshwari, the Director, Professor KKB, Dean, Alumni Office, HOD Chemistry, IIT professors, and other participants. I take immense pleasure in proposing a note of thanks for such a ceremony that has evoked participation from across the globe. I'm happy to be a part of this journey, starting almost a year ago, culminating in today's occasion and announcement of the chair in the name of Professor KKB at IIT Madras. This would not have been possible but for the donors and the people and process that IIT Madras has today for a program like this. Our contributors numbering close to 100 today includes Ph.D. and MSc students of Professor KKB and the chemistry department. Predominant contribution is by Dr. Vilpaksha Reddy, the first project student of Professor KKB. We as an organizing committee thank one and all for this generous contribution to make this possible. And I want to announce that we have crossed this 1 crore mark as on date, which is a extraordinary thing that we thought it was not possible. There are about 10 industrial contributors in the list. A special mention is Anjan Drugs, who has given a sizable donation to this chair with no special request. That is most important. And to talk about IIT Madras people support, they were very highly welcoming, proficient, professional, and supportive. Across both IIT Madras Alumni Association and the Office of the International Affairs made this possible. Just to name a few here, possibly I may miss some names, but I just recognize that the first few people whom we started interacting, Lata, Ms. Veta, Ms. Sujata, and Ms. Kalpana. And Angelina is another person whom we had started the first conversation with, and the list is not complete. The day one of interaction with every one of them gave us the confidence to initiate with zero balance on the day of the appeal, publication, and achieving a target of 1 crore, which was thought as impossible. All this has happened in about 9 months. That's what I should say. And with all the pandemic around, as people say. A very transparent and simple methodology for fundraising and management. In 2000, when the students of Professor joined hands to celebrate KKB 60, it was an ordeal. It has been a very difficult task, primarily from the point of collection and management of funds. The mechanism that is created, which is across the globe, is such a fabulous one and also speaks volumes on the management, the Director's Office, Dr. Bhaskar, and the Dean, Professor Mahesh, and the staff of IIT Madras. This open culture, coupled with passionate staff, enabled us to gain confidence across the donors. There are a lot of questions from donors. It did not happen just like that. Donors has been asking few questions, and we saw that the IIT staff was very responsive, whatever be the time of the day or day of the week. It has been never a stop. I'm thankful for the guidance by the professors who were part of the committee, Professor Mangal Sundar, Professor Shankar Raman, Professor Sridhar Narasimhan, and also the committee members from the beginning, Dr. Vijay Kumaran, KKB's brother, Dr. Shankar Subramanian, one of the senior students, Dr. Sumati, Dr. Sai Ganesh, and also IIT professors who played a very crucial role in getting this done by way of the availability and also enthusiastic participation over the weekends and long hours. Special thanks to Mr. Kannan, professional photographer and videographer, without whose presence this would not have been possible. And I would like to thank the contribution of all the people across both industry and students to this program. Last but not least, I should thank Dr. Bhagawathi, who has been on continuous communication with almost every one of them across this team, who is hearing this and who is not part of this. Her incessant efforts, mails, WhatsApp messages, and calls, this journey would not have been possible. This journey would have been really insurmountable. And so I conclude my vote of thanks. A big thank you to all the participants who have made this possible today and who are hearing it from near and far. Hope you have a great day and evening ahead. Thank you.
Well done. Congratulations, Professor Sankaran.
Thank you all. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, and
thank you.
Thanks to everybody for having this wonderful program. In a way, it's nice from the comfort of our homes, but of course, it would have been really nice to have met Professor KKB and Professor Shankar Raman and others personally. I'm sure we'll get a chance to do that in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very well done.
Thank you everyone on the call.
Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Namaskar. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Thank you, Professor Mahesh, for the wonderful evening. That's off to you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Professor Mangasundar, you did a very good job in assembling the team. You
My
will have
pleasure.
some chance, I think.
I
I won't
am-
say the name, but they looked at it, they're going to do it.
I hope many more such efforts are fruition.
Someone is going to come.
Yeah, it's most important. We need support from all of you to build the best department in the world, maybe in the next 5-10 years. I think that's the goal we should have in terms of the department activities. Thank you. I want to thank and
Thank you,
congratulate.
Dr. Mangasundar.
Yeah, congratulate Professor Sakaraman, and my pranams to Professor KKB.
Thank you, Professor Mangal Sundar.